Here we go. Spoiler alert, audience. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello.
You look great.
You look great.
My girl Heather right here. Hi, everybody. I'm freaking out the director. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Hello. Thank you very much. Have a seat. Let's get started. Hello. Thank you, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. Wow, this audience is amazing, and so are you. Say hi to Kendall, everybody.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, sweetheart. You look great. You look great as usual.
Thank you. I love that suit and the orange tie.
This is audience. Because this audience is filled with special people. I'll tell you about that in a second. Special people, special suit. This is the suit that I met Sarah Jessica Parker in. So yeah.
Oh.
She touched me right there. So yeah.
Fancy.
Won't ever wash this. Ever. I don't care if it stinks. I'm never washing this again. Yeah.
Never.
Anyway.
Never.
Hey, really quick, speaking of Sarah Jessica Parker, this is why I love that we're live. Executive producer Jeff just told me this. We're going to do the hot dish, but Sarah just announced, this is so awesome, SJP and Matthew Broderick just announced they're doing a Broadway show together.
What?
Yeah. They're bringing back, they just announced it. They're going to be doing Plaza Suite, which is a classic Neil Simon show. It debuts Jeff? March of next year.
Oh,
Isn't
cool.
that awesome? Oh, and wait, tickets are already gone. Yeah. How you doing, sweetie?
I feel good.
Yeah.
We do have a good audience.
We have a great audience, so we do today, yeah. Now, here we go. It's filled, on the old Hollywood squares. Gary Marshall, the host, would be like, "Hello, stars." We have stars in our audience today. First, I want to say hi to the young lady that I hugged over there. That's my girl. It's Heather. Say hi to Heather over there. And then she's representing well. That's my radio show shirt there. The Hey Girl Hey. We have Susan here. Now, the reason I'm pointing out Susan is very special to us because Susan, as of right now, has been to the Jason Show 100 times right there. Yeah. It's more than some of our staff. Yeah. Bring in the car for Susan. I'm kidding, yeah. Season 10, Susan, season 10. And then finally, I love these women. I can't wait to go into the audience and have fun with them. They're friends with our director, Chris. Oh, Chris is sitting the women on wheels over there. Look at that. I love women. I love motorcycles. I love women on motorcycles. That's right. And that's them right there. And that's my girl, Chris. Chris is a beloved member of our family, so yeah, I love motorcycle women. They're gonna take me for a ride right after the show. I love it, yeah. Your hair looks amazing.
Thank
you. Did
you
you just get it did?
I did. I got it colored yesterday.
Okay, we were talking, now audience, you're gonna be with me, and all of you watching at home, we were having, our staff is basically half men, half women. We were having a talk about how much it costs you poor women to get your hair cut. Compared to us, we go to Great Clips. Mermaid cuts my hair for like, I don't know, $250. And you know what I mean?
Right.
And your haircuts and color is, what's the average?
I would say, and I worked at a salon for a long time.
Yeah.
So I would say the average for a color is between $70 to $250.
Oh!
I mean, I know that's a large average, but that's pretty.
Okay, the women agree.
Yeah, and it can be way more than that. Like if you have really dark hair and you want hair, my color, that can be like $1,000.
Yeah, this is where
Isn't
the
that
male
crazy?
members of our staff passed out. They just at $1,000.
It's called a color correction, so they have to like do all these things.
Now,
but anyway.
this brought up an idea, and I think you guys are gonna like this. I've always wanted to do a show, and it's happened to me, it's happened to director Leo. I wanted to do a show about how hard it is to divorce your hairdresser. Because there's, especially if you divorce your hairdresser and you go with someone in that same salon.
Ooh.
I did that. I left somebody to go to Mermaid. Now, Mermaid is the woman that cuts my hair. Her real name is Kara, but I call her Mermaid because she's an adult woman that believes in mermaids. So that's why I call her, call her Mer. Yeah.
Whatever.
But I want to do that show. So if you're watching and you have divorced your hairdresser and there's been drama, let me know. Facebook us. Or if you're a hairdresser, you have tips on how to do it politely, let us know.
Yeah. Lexi, I'm never leaving you. Don't worry.
Mermaid, I may leave you. I'm kidding, audience. It takes a very special mermaid to cut this Fisher-Price hair, I'm telling you. Let's get started. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. We have good stuff. We have good stuff today. Let's get to it. I feel like I watched 90 hours of television yesterday, a lot of premieres, but the one I was most excited for was this. Last night was the much anticipated debut of HGTV's 4-part special, A Very Brady Renovation. Now this is some behind the scenes footage. The show brought together the old Brady children, all 6 of them. This is as they pulled up to the house for the very first time. Now they matched them with some of HGTV's biggest home remodeling stars to renovate the home that served as the facade of the Brady Bunch during most of its run. Let me cut right to the chase here. I watched the whole first episode. This is one of the most well-produced, most entertaining shows HGTV has ever done. Period.
Whoa.
Oh. Because it's that awesome combination of our need for nostalgia, check, who doesn't love the Brady Bunch? Then the genre of home improvement shows is so massive, there's a whole network for it. There's several. You put those things together, plus it's so well produced, you wouldn't believe the level of detail that the producers went to, let me give you one example before we move on. You guys remember the couch in the Brady Bunch living room? The green, the white, but with the green flowers? They no longer make that couch. They couldn't find it. They crowdsourced. They went everything. They went to a woman in LA who does custom printing. She redesigned the flowers based on a picture of the couch. This artist redesigned it. They printed it on fabric and put it over a new couch. I mean,
That is next level.
Yeah.
Wow.
The dining room table is an exact replica. The curio cabinet by the dining room, it is so well done, so entertaining. You have to watch this show.
Ooh.
Mondays on HGTV.
Okay. I love HGTV too, so all right.
Next in the dish, more new TV. Monday was also the much anticipated debut of Kelly Clarkson's new talk show. And the show, and Aaron's nervous for what I'm going to say. And the show began with a tip of the cap to an iconic line about Kelly from a movie. Look at this.
Live on tape from Universal Studios in Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Clarkson!
That's great.
So good. The moment the sliding doors opened and we saw Steve, I went, oh no, that's a good idea. Kelly Clarkson said in her little opening monologue that it was one of her very first ideas that she brought to producers right after she found out she got the show. Brilliant.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I just love him.
Well, and I will say, I'll try to start with the positive. There really aren't any negative.
Oh no. I'll try to start with the positive.
No, I'll start with the positive.
Okay.
The best, one of the coolest little devices they do. You know how most hosts, like Oprah used to come through those double doors, which I'm telling you, before I retire on the show, I want double doors.
He will have double doors.
But Oprah used to come through the double doors and smack the hands of the people. Johnny comes out of the curtain. I hug you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kelly comes out singing a song. And I love that. I thought that's a cool idea. Again, these shows only work. They only work when you play to the strength of the host. That's all that. Jimmy Fallon is a jack of all trades. James Corden, we're getting ready to show a clip from that show. You play to the strengths. That's how you make a successful show, and they're doing that, it seems, with Kelly. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I like her. I don't know if I'll be a big watcher of the show. I'm not sure, but I really like her.
See, and that's half the battle. If the audience feels a connection, and I think they already do with Kelly, that's half the battle. I thought it was a good debut. My feeling is, and you guys know this, I try to be fair because, look, we're in the same world. It's very hard to launch a show. I don't think, just like you shouldn't judge a restaurant on its opening day, you should never judge a show. I don't think you should really judge a show for the first season. They're getting their legs on. They're trying to see what fits. It's very hard to launch a show like this. Kelly, bravo to you. I think you did a really good job. Next, I told you I watched a lot of TV yesterday. From a new talk show to a returning one, The Talk on CBS had its season premiere yesterday. 10 years, by the way. Marie Osmond has joined the panel, replacing Sarah Gilbert, who left last season. Now, look, Marie was great. I'll tell you about my feelings about Marie in a minute. But let me be crystal Carrington clear. All we were all focused on was one thing: Sharon Osbourne's face. Sharon underwent a facelift 5 weeks ago, and she's been very open about her refreshed look. As she said, everything from her neck up got lifted and pulled. Now, we mentioned yesterday Marie, and let me just say about Sharon, she looks good, but I didn't notice a drastic difference, which I think is a compliment to her surgeon. But yeah, look at her. Yeah, everything's just pulled up a little bit. Sharon looks good. Sharon looks good. Yeah. We mentioned yesterday that Marie is doing double duty for a few weeks because, her Vegas show with Donnie still has a few weeks to go. She's going to fly to Las Vegas and then fly to LA to do the talk. I will say this, I'm not a regular talk watcher like our producer Ted. He loves the talk.
Really?
Yeah, he loves the talk. My feeling, but watching this first show, Marie was the most interesting thing on that show.
Really?
Yeah.
You knew she'd be good.
Yeah.
She can like you've said before, she can entertain a crowd.
Yes. And she does. And she was the most open. She had the most to say. They were talking about people shaming each other. And she goes, I don't like shaming. And she told the story, and I'll be brief because we got to go to break. But she told the story, and I didn't know this. When after her son died by suicide several years ago, 10 years ago, she goes, she was so shamed by people. People were so vicious because, remember, she returned to work a week later. And I'm like, first of all, I got to tell you, I firmly believe, my mom taught me this, you never judge how somebody else mourns. It's an extremely personal thing. You don't judge that. You don't judge how other people spend their money. Leave people alone when they're in mourning. And Marie made a really good point. She said she went back to work to show her kids are still with us, that life has to go on. And you have a job to do that you have to do. And I thought, that's, you know what I mean? I don't like that. Don't do that.
Well put.
Don't do that. We have a lot more to come, everybody. Stay right there. We'll be back right after this. Coming up on The Jason Show, former Bachelorette Rachel will join us live to talk about her new MTV show, Ghosted, where folks are confronted after not responding to texts or calls or homing pigeons or messengers. Then, speaking of Bachelor Nation, Ted goes one-on-one with Bachelor star Amanda Stanton about her brand new book, I Think Ted Made a New Friend. And Kendall is taking us inside the Minneapolis home that HGTV is giving away. That's all coming up, so stay right there.
We now return to The Bachelorette.
All right, guys. So for the group date, it says, don't be shy. Ashley's looking for a talented guy.
Yeah, sounds like we're about to do a talent show, fellas.
Hey,
all right.
Let's see who's going. Tyler P, Chad, Tyler C, Tyler H, and Pennywise.
Like it's about to get turned, boys. I'm excited. Love talent shows.
I can't believe she picked Pennywise. Something about him really gives me the creeps, and I don't know what she sees in him.
I'm so glad I get to go on the group date. I'm just really looking forward to getting to know Ashley better, I've been on my own for a long time, and I think I deserve love.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Ashley.
I am so excited to see how talented you guys are. So, without further ado, let's get going.
Oh, it's a Bachelorette crossover with It on the Late Late Show with James Corden. He's so good. He's so
creepy.
Look at that. Oh.
Yeah. What does he do for his talent? Oh, there it is.
Right there. That's what he does. He heard you. That's his talent. Yeah. Look at that. You can see the rest of that on the Late Late Show's YouTube channel. More late night for you. Ashton Kutcher was on Fallon last night and talked about his mustache, which, by the way, because I follow him, I don't know. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. But anyway, who's responsible for the mustache? Look at this.
My wife has a friend who's this very famous English singer, let's just say, right?
Sure.
Okay, and she throws these birthday parties, and they're kind of lavish.
Adele.
I don't know.
Did I nail it?
The theme for the birthday party is 1970s New Year's. And I'm like, who the throws a 1970s New Year's birthday party? Like, and I'm finding out on the day of, right? So I get the bell bottoms out, I break them out, and I'm putting in like some good boots and like a vest and a scarf tied around the neck and like a thing. And I'm looking in the mirror and I've got a beard going and I'm like, oh, I'm going 70s stash. Like it's got to happen. And I'm looking around and nobody else is in 1970s anything, right? And I'm like, what kind of, like, what the hell is it? The theme for the party's 1930s New Year's, and I look like Burt Reynolds from Boogie Nights, and I'm like, this is a joke, and I'm like walking around. What are you gonna be like? I got the decade wrong?
Ashton says he's keeping the stash just out of spite. Out of spite. That reminds me of a story. If you listen to the radio show, you know. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but my co-host and friend Alexis and her husband Angel. And Angel is just so funny. He's a taller guy, and they were invited to this party. And Angel told Alexis, it's a costume party. So Alexis and Angel dressed up as giant moose, like they had like horns. It was a Christmas party, so they had big moose antlers. They wrapped themselves in Christmas lights, and Lex had a big moose nose and big moose feet. And they opened the door to the party. Nobody else was dressed. It was not. Angel was wrong. It wasn't a costume party. So Lex, because right before they open the door, Lex presses a button on her butt that turns the lights on. They go into this party as two moose. Oh God, it's so good. Is the plural of moose?
Moose.
Moose. It's just it's like
It's like deer.
Deer, yeah. But anyway, still ahead. Producer Ted's dream came true this weekend when he interviewed a former Bachelor contestant. But next, a new show is coming to MTV, and it's all about the act of ghosting. We'll talk to the two hosts when we come back. Back after this, everybody. We'll tell you what ghosting is, too. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Well, our first guest starting a new show on MTV focused on the relatively recent trend of ghosting. Well, people have been doing it all the time. We just recently gave it a name. They hope to reunite friends who have gone silent on each other for seemingly no reason. There's always a reason, though. Look at this.
We're traveling the country looking for love gone missing.
I cannot move on. I'm Travis Mills.
And I'm Rachel Lindsay.
You ready for us to track down your ghost?
We'll investigate the clues and follow every lead to track down the ghost. Who's McKenna?
The girl that Jordan was seeing for a little bit.
Found her.
You found her really quickly.
That's what I do.
Wait, are you surprised that Dell has ghosted Julia?
No, revenge is sweet.
Karma has a
Well, that is a clip from Ghosted. Love Gone Missing, and it premieres tonight on MTV. Give it up for the hosts of the show, Rachel Lindsay and Travis Mills. Good morning, guys.
Thank you, guys. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Awesome.
We're
thank
great.
you.
Okay, so the beginning of the process is obviously someone has stopped texting somebody else. Where do you pick it up from there? I mean, where does the investigation start?
I mean, look, Jason, sometimes it is years after the actual ghosting takes place, right? And so Rachel and I get video submissions. That's how we take on the case. So the first thing we do is, we fly to wherever that person lives. We sit down with them and we gather as much info as we possibly can about the relationship, about the person, about their friends, about their family, and, try to start digging in.
Yeah.
Well, and I know some people do not like confrontations. Rachel, is it uncomfortable? Have you had moments in this first season where you're like, oh, I really wish I was not here right now?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I have never had a problem with confrontation or making people feel a little bit uncomfortable. But when you look at the purpose of why we're doing this and how we're trying to help the haunted get some closure, some resolution as to why they were ghosted, then it's kind of like, okay, we have to get over it and we have to do our job. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to find the haunted answers.
Travis, what was the most surprising thing now that you've completed this first season? What's the thing that you walked out the other end of this project going, I didn't expect blank?
Well, there is an episode in this season that we shot in my hometown of Riverside, California, and hands down, it was the hardest day we've ever had shooting the show. It was an emotional day. And, we're finding out all of this information for the first time with the haunted.
Yeah.
So we dealt with a lot that day. Rachel and I had to take a little bit of time. And then most importantly, we had to be there. We had to be there for Russell and make sure that he was okay. And I can't wait for everyone to see that episode this season.
I was going to say, because I think some people, when they think of being ghosted, they think of, I went out with this guy one night and he just didn't text me back. But this goes way deeper. I mean, some of the reasons are way beyond that. Am I right?
Absolutely, Jason. And you'll see that as you watch this season. Every single episode is different. And there's so many levels to ghosting. And like you said, it's not just a lover. It's a family member. It's a friend. Sometimes it's very trivial as to why they ghosted. And sometimes it's very deep, which is what Travis was talking about in that specific episode. And so I think people will really enjoy it. They'll understand ghosting a little bit more and see that we're trying to bring awareness to all of this. And then also at the same time, bring resolution to the people that are haunted.
Yeah, Travis, obviously I don't want to ruin anything for people. I want people to watch it unfold in real time. Were you surprised at the amount of resolutions that came from this first season?
Absolutely. I feel like it's so refreshing just to see two people come face to face, who haven't spoken in months or even years, and just hash everything out, and come to a middle ground. And like I tell everyone, I say, it's a lot easier to have this hard conversation than to try to dodge somebody for months or years and leave them kind of just on the hook, not knowing what went wrong.
I gotta say, guys, I'm a little outside the MTV demographic age-wise. This is the first MTV show since Real World Seattle that I will be watching. So thank you very much. I love this.
Thank you,
Jason.
We're happy to bring you back.
Ghosted, Love Gone Missing premieres. I'm not kidding though. I mean, Seattle was the last good cast in my opinion. That's right. It premieres tonight on MTV. Coming up today on our show, there's a new tell-all book out about The Bachelor. Look at this. Look at this video, everybody. You're watching a young man's dream come true. Producer Ted read the book in record time and chatted with the author. Who's the author? Former Bachelor star Amanda Stanton. Ted's one-on-one when we return. Back after this. And then Kendall heads to HGTV's Urban Oasis home in the Twin Cities. Your tour in just a little bit. Back after this. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for your support. I think Bartles and James used to say that. Anyway, there's a new tell-all book about the Bachelor franchise, and the author and former Bachelor contestant Amanda Stanton was in town over the weekend. So, of course, you know where this is going to go. Producer Ted found out, devoured the book, and had to meet her. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an exclusive edition of America Loves Ted.
Amanda Stanton, welcome. Thanks for coming to Minnesota.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now Accepting Roses is the book. Why did you write it? And first of all, thanks on behalf of Bachelor Nation. There aren't enough books about being on The Bachelor?
Yeah. So actually, when I got off the show, I mean, I had just gotten out of a divorce where I hadn't dated in a long time. I went on the show and kind of had a few relationships back to back that were super public, and I just thought a lot of girls could relate to my experience and the stuff that I learned on the show. Not that I'm a professional dater by any means, but I think that's why it's just kind of relatable. Like, we're all in this together, and it's just some dating tips and some behind the scenes stuff about the show.
Now, one thing in the book that I thought was, surprising was people who watch this show, they think it's fake.
Yeah.
And you didn't really lay into producers. You thought you got a pretty good shake out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think, I can't say it's the same experience for everybody. From my experience, yeah, like I don't really feel like the producers ever pushed me to do something or that they ever weren't in my best interest because they wanted good TV. I feel like they were pretty honest, yeah.
When you watched the season back, what did you think?
I mean, it was pretty much what happened. Obviously there's a lot that you don't see because we're filming for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so not all of it's going to make the TV. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty accurate, what you're seeing on TV as to what actually happened.
In the book you talk about this, but like, you can't really do anything. Like, you are locked, like even when you go to Mexico or wherever on these lavish trips,
yeah,
you're just kind of like
stuck in your hotel.
To the room.
Yeah, so there's always like 3 dates every week. So if you go to Mexico City or if you're in Paris, wherever you end up going, the only time you're going to leave the hotel is when you go on a date. So whether it's a group date, whether it's a one-on-one date, that's really your only time to go explore. Occasionally we had like a day off in between travel where maybe they would let us go hang by the pool or something like that, but it's very controlled. You're not just on a vacation, so yeah.
So Ben Higgins season,
yeah,
Final Four, and then Bachelor in Paradise season 3, Bachelor in Paradise season 4, which Bachelor in Paradise season 4, that was the one that got shut down.
It is, yeah.
Season 3, you met Josh Murray.
Mm-hmm.
People know him. He doesn't have a great reputation. One thing that in the book, you talk about his controlling nature, but I was stunned that his mom's involved in this.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
It was like, I think for me anyways, I'm super close with my mom. I tell my mom everything, but I think I kind of keep my mom out of my relationships a little bit more. So yeah.
That alone is worth the price of the book. I mean, the story, people just need to get the book for that.
Yeah.
People at home are probably wondering, what is Chris Harrison like, and is he as dramatic in person as he is on TV?
He's not as dramatic, but he's a really cool guy. I remember there was a couple times where I got to hang out with him. Like when I went back to film Paradise last year, I just did like a little skit on the show, and we all got to go back to his room and just like hang with him off camera because we weren't on the show anymore. And I remember he was just so cool, so chill. We all just hung around and had a couple drinks, and he's a fun guy. Yeah.
So you're friends with a lot of the people who are on the show, and I think people wonder, you're fighting over the same guy. How do you not hate these women? I mean, how do you become such good friends with them?
Yeah. Well, I feel like you know what you're signing up for. Like everyone's heard of the show at this point, especially if you're going to be going on it. So you kind of know what it's about. You know you're going to be competing, I guess, for a guy. And realistically, we spend so much more time with each other than we ever do with whoever the Bachelor is. So, we're together 24 hours a day, and we might see whoever the Bachelor is a couple hours. So we just become really close. It's almost like we're sisters. Like we all live together. We share everything. We talk about everything. So we just become really close.
You went on the show with 2 kids. What kind of response do you get from that? Look, people on social media are not kind to the people who are on The Bachelorette.
No.
And I would imagine for a single mother, they're probably thinking, oh my gosh, the kids are at home by themselves.
Yeah.
So what was the response to that, and how did you deal with it?
I feel like, to be honest, when I was first on the show, I feel like I felt a lot more positivity than negativity, and I feel like the negativity has just kind of grown over time. And it's sad because you can get 100 nice messages or 100 nice comments, but like the one mean one's just gonna like stick out to you and bother you, which kind of sucks and I don't think is fair. But I think it's hard for people to really understand the situation because it is such a crazy thing that not everybody goes through. So I can see why from someone's perspective it's like, oh, you're leaving your kids to like go try to find a man, which can look bad. But realistically, I feel like, so many good things came out of it, and it was obviously worth it. And I don't really think people are looking at it from that kind of a standpoint.
Well, I read the book. Highly recommend it for
Thanks.
Bachelor Nation. Thanks for
you liked
writing
it.
it, and thanks for coming to Minnesota.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I always say I've been lucky enough to have a lot of dreams come true right on the show. You just witnessed one for Ted right there. Now Accepting Roses is available, as they say, wherever books are sold. Still ahead, we're heading into this wacky audience. I'm telling you, my biker ladies over there. And then Kendall checks out HGTV's Urban Oasis home, which is right here in the Twin Cities, and is taking on a Scandinavian feel. A tour just a little bit later. Stay with us, everybody. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Lovely Tuesday, Aussians. Speaking of our audience, we have tickets available for the rest of the week. Fall is hard. We get it. We all of us on the staff, Aaron Schwab prepares herself because everybody goes back to the routine. So summer, it's a party here every day. So if you want to come see us, it's very easy. You're in by 9:15. You're out by 11:15. And all you have to do is go to the Jason Show Facebook page, hit that ticket tab, and come see us. We have a good time, don't we, Aaron? We do, yeah. Speaking, I tell these people secrets I can't tell you. That's right. Well, I love getting a chance to talk to our studio audience. I actually do a Q&A with them every day right after the show, and I'm thankful to everyone, really, who comes, drives to the little studio on the prairie and visits us each and every day. Well, today there's a very special person that I alluded to at the beginning of the show. Get this. It's her 100th visit to us here in the Jason Show. It's Susan, everybody. Susan, come down here, sweetie. Let me come down here. It's like Miss America, Susan. There we go. You get escorted down.
Where's my crown?
Well, you know what? You do not get a crown, but you do get. Will you hold this for me, my lovely? Thank you. Aaron Schwab is going to come over here. We got this. We got a little I've been to the Jason Show 100 times photograph. There we go.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I'll put it next to the zebra pillow.
Well, and Susan, fun fact, we stole this frame from an employee. Oh. That's right, yeah. We'll discover it later, so run when you leave. Yes, okay, there we go. And now, let's say Aaron Schwab has a little gift pack. Now, I will tell you something very special, Susan, and you know this. Susan, hold your, no, I'm going to make you work there, Susan.
All
okay,
right,
yeah. Put it up to your, there we go.
Only fair.
Only fair. Now, Susan, you've been here 100 times. What is one of the number one things that people ask Aaron Schwab about?
A mug.
A mug. Yes. Now, every season of the Jason Show, we have mugs, and we change it every season. Well, though season 5 hasn't officially started, Susan, they just came in, and you get the very first season 5 mug. It's green this year.
And I'm Irish.
And you're, Susan, say what you said again.
And I'm Irish.
She's Irish. And then we have other goodies for you in there, too.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll take this back. Girl, I need the frame, though. I need to get the frame back. Yeah. Susan, everybody, thank you, sweetheart. Somebody right now is emailing HR. Where's my frame? Where's my frame? Now, let's meet our girls. Okay. Oh, I'll take this back. Thank you. Let's say hello. The women on wheels right here. Who wants to represent? You represent. Come on down. You come down here by me. Look at you. What's your name?
Barb Grusho.
Hi, Barb. How are you?
Doing great.
How long have you been a woman on wheels?
I've been riding since 1970.
I love it. What is it? Can I ask, my dad drove a motorcycle, my Uncle Ed, my father-in-law. All kidding aside, what is it? Is it the freedom? Is it the wind in your hair? Is it stopping and getting chicken wings? What is it?
Yes, all of the above.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get to sample restaurants all over the United States.
Okay, let me ask you this. I love where's one of your favorite places you've ever explored or eaten in the U.S. on the bike?
Oh, now you have to get specific to the U.S.
Okay, fine. Let's get specific to the U.S. Oh, she's a world traveler, for heaven's sake. Yeah. And the U.S.
Yeah.
Let's start with riding, like scenic, because my father-in-law just went to Washington, and he's like, it was beautiful country going through that part of the U.S. Where do you like to bike through the most for scenic?
That's like asking me to pick my favorite child. It's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible. You just keep going and going and trying to find and more and going. And
what part of the country has the best food then?
Oh, the South.
The South?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. We know, like,
yeah.
biscuits.
Mhm.
Again, I make a
Yeah,
good biscuit
yeah,
season.
there you go.
We got
Okay.
it. Yeah. Okay, you can sit down now. There we go. Yeah. That's my lady. I love it. Now, the Women on Wheels are friends with a beloved crew member, Chris, is she in the booth? Where is she? Oh, she's right there. Well, take a look at her. She's not legally on break right now. I'm just going to say she really should be. Chris, HR would like to see ya. Anyway, I love Chris, sincerely. We really do. I say this all the time, like at the end or beginning of something. We have the best crew on television in the back. Yeah, we really do. And they never get the credit they deserve. All of this would not be possible. They make me and Kendall look really good. Even photographer Eric with his beautiful shorts over there. Yeah, anyway. Again, if you want to be in our studio audience, just click the ticket tab on the Facebook page. And who knows, you could get a season 5 mug like Susan. Yeah, still ahead. Kendall goes inside the HGTV Urban Oasis home. They're giving it away. Did you know that? We'll show it to you when we return. Back after this. Season 5 mug. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Well, it's the ultimate home for any fan of HGTV. Every year, the network completely remodels a home and gives it away to one lucky person. This year, the Urban Oasis giveaway, because, you know, they also had that Dream Home, too. We've been filling out that thing for years. The Urban Oasis giveaway is a home in Minneapolis, actually. Last week, Kendall got a chance to go inside the home that actually could be yours. Look at this.
Hi, Kendall.
Gabriel. Thank you for joining us today.
Do you always sit on the counter in really fancy houses?
If I can, you gotta, live the lifestyle.
So maybe we should start with a tour?
Well, even before the tour, I think you walked in and
I
it's
know.
already an amazing transformation. We moved the door. We
Okay.
expanded the porch. This is one of those classic Minneapolis foursquares. So you've probably been in a lot of these homes.
Oh,
Maybe
I
you
might
live
have
in
one of those.
Yeah, so
Yes.
you walk in, it's usually very dark. It's really hard to lay out a living room in here.
Right.
You'd have a fireplace and the built-ins in this spot, and then you have no connection to the back or the outside.
Right.
So with these guys, we ripped everything out. We started over. So this is now the dining room, and behind us you see this fabulous sitting room on the other side of the kitchen. So it's really a shakeup of the things we typically have, and really getting this kind of Nordic lifestyle that we all try to live and breathe here. This is one of my favorite spots in the house. I mean, we put it right in the center. You say the kitchen's where the heart of the home, right? We really wanted to also let that light in. So I don't think you've probably ever seen a window like this.
No, especially not in Minneapolis. They don't just like come like this.
So I think we really wanted to do something unique here.
You even have like silverware in here.
Well, yeah.
This isn't like a fake house. This is like.
This is the real deal. Somebody's
there's
going to win this
There's
home.
lighters in here. Guys.
And this is, I think, one of the things when we open the kitchen up, a lot of times it's nice that the appliances fade away, so you don't feel like you're living in the kitchen. So yeah, open it up, see what you have.
It comes with Diet Coke.
This is the living room, and it's flowing outside. Those 3 months we can be outside, we want to use it to the fullest. So these doors open up, seamless living, seamless flow.
Oh, like totally open up into
totally
the
open up.
porch. That's so cool. Am I allowed to sit on the couch?
Yes, please, of course. This is a real house, as you said.
I'm sitting on a couch in a famous house, guys. Touching the blankets. Ooh, this is funky.
This is a really fun moment. New stair. We want to create a sense of separation. It makes a smaller space feel quite a bit bigger.
I've seen this at like my dad's old law office. Was this a thing like in the 60s too?
Yes, a lot of great ideas in this.
Cool,
yeah, yes, absolutely. Those ideas come around, and great design is independent of style. So those elements are certainly something that's been repeated.
I like that. Great design is independent of style. This is my new home office. This is where you can find me, Jason. If you'd like to come and visit, you may take a seat in one of my furry chairs. Because that's dope.
So I've got this one last thing for you. This is not my new phone.
Oh,
this
sweet.
is the remote.
Oh, for like in here, like the windows and stuff?
No, actually for the toilet. You've got to check it out.
What?
Here
Is
coming
there a
in.
remote for the toilet?
Kohler has a new toilet. It does everything. It basically sings to you, and it will wash, blow dry, all of it, and open when you walk up. So
wash and blow dry.
Yep, it takes care of everything. And it plays music. Wow. While doing it all.
Liz is on the toilet right now. Okay, well.
So I'll leave, and you take your time.
Don't worry, I'll Lysol it. Oh my gosh! Ooh, on the blow dryer. Oh, okay.
It's the coolest toilet I've ever seen.
Are we still on the air?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. Wow, that is awesome.
The seat is heated too. Hey, girl.
Yeah. Hey, that is important in Minnesota.
Yes.
It is cold on the rur. Yeah.
All the toilets were like that.
Yeah, seriously?
They all had remotes.
The toilet had a remote.
Jace, can you imagine someone coming over to your house and like your public bathroom for all of your guests? Everyone's got their hands on this remote.
No.
That's all I could think of. It was, but anyway, sorry. I digress.
I mean, it's no different than the hotel remote controls in hotels.
I suppose.
Those aren't the cleanest things ever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Gosh, it was so cool in there.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Because let's be clear, I lease or rent everything anyway. When I get to a hotel, I go around when I'm on a plane.
And you just do the thing?
I bring a handy wipe and I disinfect everything around me. Yeah. I call Lisa Renta because that's what she does. But that is beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful. And you go in and you can tell that it used to be just a 4-square home. You can go on the website and you can see what it used to look like. But they've done such a good job with that Nordic styling, that very simple, clean look.
But they didn't do too much of it because then it gets kitschy.
Exactly.
Then it looks like the Norway exhibit at Epcot. Yeah, exactly.
It was.
The Urban Oasis sweepstakes kicks off on October 1st and runs through November 21st. Or as the prompter says, November 21st. Firstened. Go to HGTV.com/Urban Oasis for more information. November 20th. We'll be right back, everybody, to wrap things up right after this. Oh, God. Oh, we were trying to convince floor director Evan to do, what is it, the Cabbage Patch?
The SpongeBob.
The SpongeBob. What is the SpongeBob
I don't
dance?
know. That's why I wanted to see it.
I don't know what that dance is. Evan, come here.
Evan, come
here.
do the
No, he won't. He refuses. I don't know what the dance is. I honestly don't know what it is.
We'll put it on our Instagram story.
Yeah, the SpongeBob. Like the Cabbage Patch, I know the dental floss or whatever, the floss dance.
Well, I know like the cotton, the ear.
That's the Cabbage Patch, but I don't know what the SpongeBob is. Yeah.
I don't either.
Is Chris doing the...
No, she's flossing.
That's the dental floss. Make a video of yourself and post it on our Facebook page of the... I keep wanting to call it the Cabbage of the SpongeBob. I don't know. That's the one thing that people ask if you had one talent that you don't have, what would you like? I wish I could dance, I wish I could dance. I cannot dance.
I could teach you to dance. What? I can. My mom owned a dance studio.
Oh, that's right. I always forget. Yeah. Well,
I taught dance for like 12 years.
That's right. And then you can teach me dance and opera. Because did you guys know
Kendall
was an opera singer?
Well,
she was
It's a classically trained singer, everyone.
When was the last time you sang opera?
Oh gosh, like 10 years ago. I hurt my vocal cords a long time ago, so it's been a long time.
Can you do any of the notes still? Not right now. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but no. Can you do any of
Probably not well.
How long did you learn that talent?
I started singing when I was like classically trained singing when I was around 7, and then we stopped because when your voice changes a little bit for puberty, it can damage it. And then I started doing it again when I was in like 9th or 10th grade.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow on the show, let's hope Kendall is prepared. A local magician. A local magician is going to be live in our studio, and he's sawing her in half live on the show. Go out there and be yourself, everybody, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. It's really happening. No joke. Tomorrow.